Friends, this is in a really a kind of in a different evening for me because I don't start any meeting so late. We do start everything in the beginning, and by this time we will be almost closing time. But if it is some streets or something, some cultural, some programs, usually it starts in the very late. And the today's we are all thinking about something which we something which pestering us or me particularly, and which I have not shared in many places that can also discuss. That is what my friend Krishna has told. And I am not well aware of the whole things what happened, all those things. After reaching here, I also gone through that and many things, and I also felt that I missed many. If I could have been one day before, could have gone through some at least some programs here. And when you know about me bit, but there are the certain things which we don't discuss everywhere because there are certain things can be discussed openly, certain things with the press, certain things with the family members, certain ISA. But there are certain things which we don't like to discuss because there is no space. So usually if there is a space created, people will speak about the things. So when I just came here and I felt that this is in a different group altogether. I don't discuss this kind of a sound so nice, कुछ भी नहीं है, बहुत silent है. So कैसे बोलना ये मैं सोच रहा है. So हमारा का बहुत शोर होते हैं that there we can speak, and we have a habit of shouting. And here you have to reduce your volume so much, and you have to say that what is actually something very bold, what is they, that you have to say. So there is something I also must now start learning that. One thing which I want to say that I also from my childhood I will start first few minutes, and I have a habit if I start something I don't have the I know only commas, I don't have any habit of the full stops. So you can just ask me to ye barabar hai dusra bolo ya aise bol sakte. That's a good. So you no need to allow me to say whatever I like. Na? So aisa nahi hai. And that we all together we can have in a conversation. And later anyhow Krishna will ask, that is also there. But what I want to say to you also, don't think that I want to say this and I prepared something to come here and say. ये नहीं है. It is like all together we can make, like हमारा रोड साइड ढाबा जैसा. अब मसाला तैयार हो जाते हैं, बट आप कुछ भी बोलो, आप मटन बोले तो वो मटन पे वही डालेगा, चिकन बोले तो भी वही मसाला है, अगर आप दूसरा बोले तो भी वही है. So वो तो कुछ बदलेंगे नहीं, because it is already prepared. So like me, if I speak past so many 40 years, it is exactly 2022 is the 1982. I started thinking about this whole life and all. So 40 years. So 40 years, if I become speaking every time, my masala already is tayar hai na. So I can't make a new. And 40 years it is almost has come to the old age also. So now to change also very difficult. But now the truth is now India, even that elderly people, they are changing too much. So many elderly people are also changing. So we will try that. 82, that year, I completed my 10th standard, high school. That is in Kuppam. Then I moved to my native place. Kuppam, I studied almost like 6 years in the social welfare hostel. So after 6 years in the social welfare hostel, coming back to my place, which means don't think that 6 years I have not come. Every week I will be coming and going, but I will be staying there in the Kuppam. That is a different culture. Saturday you come to the home, and Sunday morning thoda samay, then Monday morning again you have to go back. So my life almost like from 9 year to 15 year, I was there in the social welfare hostel. Then I came back here on the month of April or something in 1982. I felt something different. My Kuppam hostel life and my KGF, where the locality I live, that colony they call the line, Cheru or something, that culture and everything is different. So for me, I born there only. But I just went for the few years out. When I came back, I also looked, there is something different it is. It is not like what the world I lived all these years like. So I understood that there is people also, they are all okay and everybody is busy. So much busy. So you can't discuss anything also with our own people about anything. But मुझे थोड़ा समय लगा, what is the फर्क क्या है? What is the different? So different pata hona, there are some disturbing situations. There are many disturbing situations. So in Kuppam and all the students, all students, I am also student, they are also student, maybe different backgrounds, but in the high school, government schools, that doesn't make much difference during that time. Even the Kuppam Jamindar, his grandson was also there. His name is Venkata Ramaraju or something, V. The next W. Wilson. So we sit just next like that, A, B, C, D, they make us to sit. So that is the trend we understood and came. But when I came back to my hometown, I started thinking there is a Tamilians. They are also Dalits. And Telugu speaking people. They are migrated from the Andhra and for the scavenging and all. So there is a difference between the Telugu and Tamil. So for me, it has taken 3-4 years. Thinking that a Tamil wala hamara ka aisa kar raha hai. A Tamil Telugu problem. Then after some time I understood that there are the Christians and Hindus also. This is the Christian and the Hindu problem. But actually what is the problem which is disturbing me, I have not found. I could not understand what is that disturbing me. Then slowly I started understanding our own people only doing the scavenging or the sweeping and all. The Tamil speaking people, they are not doing. So India is in a very specific country here. The specific people will do certain things, others will not do. Then who designed this, we don't know, but everybody follow that. That is a beauty of our country. So we have to rethink about that later whenever you have a time. We are all busy. We don't have time to think about anything before. But I got a bit disturbed. Why we only doing this? So then I asked somebody, then somebody said that I have written a paper, why this only community is doing this. So he also written about why one particular community, why the Tamilians are not doing. So I also felt that it is a good demand. We also can discuss about Tamils, why they are not doing. And I got almost like 2, 3, 4 years to understand, and I could not understand what it is. Then I asked our people, and our people said that we are all doing because it is a easy काम है. काम बहुत आसान है. 2 घंटा 3 घंटा करते हैं सुबह सुबह. बाद में by 9:30 10 o'clock free हो जाते हैं. So during that time 10:30 the morning show starts in the cinema hall. So we can go even to the morning show cinema. So other labor cannot go morning show cinema. So we are so privileged we can go to the morning show also. I also felt it is maybe true something they are saying. Then there is somebody said that we are all illiterates. So what else we can do? That's also true. We are my father, mother, my brother, my sister, whole family members, we are all almost that. Relatives also. Then somebody said that we are all poor. So I also believed all. So what I felt is we have to come out of all these things. So tuition classes start karo, हम भी पढ़ाएंगे, हम अच्छा पढ़ाइए तो ये काम नहीं करना. Ultimately, without knowing to me, all that ideas are going not to do scavenging. But I don't even understood that the scavenging is the problem. But why हमें ये काम करना, सब लोग करना, यहाँ से शुरू करके हम करने के कारण ही 1 2 3 ये है. So ये तीनों हम लोग ने ओवरकम करे तो हम करना जरूरी नहीं है. ये हमने शुरू किया. वे बाहर कहानी है. Because unfortunately nobody is actually exercising your power of stopping me in this. So better I will put a full stop here. I will go to the next. I will go to the next. That is one episode. Then second episode is another very important is, while doing all these things, I also went to the employment exchange to register along with my brother. That employment officer has written my name for this scavenging job and given back. Because during that time in any office, we can't enter into the main office. There will be windows and there will be some small hole. There only you have to give the name, in the dispensary, hospital, everywhere. In the taluk office and any office, entering office only their officers or the staff. All other customers are we are all at the outside the windows only actually. So we also given in window and he given back that. And there only first time I understood that my name also he has written for this. I am not elaborating this story because this is there in many places somebody has written already. That was my first shock. मैंने नहीं एक्सपेक्ट किया, मैंने सोच लिया 10वीं तक हमारा कम्युनिटी पे कोई नहीं पढ़ते हैं. And 10th getting pass, first time itself is I felt that I selected for the IAS, like because वहाँ कोई नहीं है, पढ़ाई कोई नहीं किया. So लोगों ने बोला. So I went to actually newspapers पे result आते हैं, newspaper पे result, full page, 2 page, 3 pages. So we started opening and looking for the result. I looked and my number is not there. Because I expected my number is in the 3rd class only, na. So result, more numbers will be in the 3rd class during that time. Now it is उल्टा है. अभी सारे फर्स्ट क्लास पे पास ज़्यादा होते हैं, बट वो समय सारे 3rd क्लास पे ज़्यादा 80% होते हैं, 20% only 2nd class or the 1st class. So then somehow I found that I passed and it was in a so happiest moment. Then I felt that I have achieved something in the life. इतने अचीवमेंट सारे अंदर रख के एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज आए तो वो एकदम ऐसा लिख के वो दिया. आई गॉट शॉक एंड आई आस्क माई ब्रदर व्हाट इज दिस, ऐसा कैसे लिख सकते हो. माई ब्रदर सेड दैट यू डू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, यू जस्ट जॉइन, स्कैवेंजिंग इज द जॉब, देयर इज नो मच कॉम्पिटिशन, सो यू विल गेट द जॉब फर्स्ट. सरकार है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है, पक्का काम है. एक बार मिलने के बाद आप स्लोली आपका सर्टिफिकेट दिखाओ, बाद में वो कुछ तो ट्रांसफर करेंगे. मैं बोला ऐसा किसी का नहीं करते हैं, एक बार जाने के बाद वो कभी नहीं करते हैं. बिकॉज आई नो दैट माई फादर ही जॉइंड एज अ सैनिटेशन एंड ही रिटायर्ड एज अ सैनिटेशन इन 1976. But actually the truth is in between he did also some gardening or some work. But in his certificate they have given as an he is a sanitation only. They said that record नहीं चेंज कर सकती. काम तो अभी एडजस्टमेंट के लिए हमारे घर पे कुछ काम है तो आपका काम करवाएंगे, बट आपका रिकॉर्ड नहीं चेंज होते हैं. सो मुझे डर लगा मेरा भी जीवन ऐसे होगा. सो आई टोल्ड माई ब्रदर दैट इट इज़ इम्पॉसिबल, आई कैनॉट एक्सेप्ट दिस. माई ब्रदर सेड यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. I said I fully understood, I cannot go more than this. And इससे ज़्यादा मैं अंडरस्टैंड करना जरूरी नहीं. And ये कागज़ हमारा पास है तो this will make me also as a build a pressure ना. आपका पास ये है, so employment card. So you may receive an interview again. So everybody will push you that अरे चलो चलो. So मैंने वो समय सोचा it is a better to make this as an how many pieces I can make. And I struggled to make a smallest pieces which nobody can join again, give me the card in lifetime. And I never gone to anywhere in the job after that. That is in a second. Then third is another important is I felt that this is happening in my life. Parallelly, I was also doing other work. So which is not giving any result. Nobody सुनते हैं. सुनना क्या है? काम करने वाला का पास जाके, then somebody is doing the scavenging. You go and ask him to, you don't do this. So what is this mad? Why you are coming and you complete पागल हो गया. ऐसा मेरा शहर का अंदर सबका मुझे देख के उनका साथ ही चले था, हमारा काम चल जाएगा. So people like usually you have to take them to join in some job, employment. So they will be happy. So if somebody coming to me, they will lose their job. So it is a very sankat sthiti hai. So nobody is liking, nobody is listening, nobody. But only thing is somewhere I got a kind of a disturbance. I cannot compromise with this. So what is that? That is I got so shocked in my life is women cleaning the human excreta. You think about the sanitation matlab jadu pochna. स्कूल पे भी करते हैं, ऑफिस पे भी करते हैं, राष्ट्रपति भवन पे भी करते हैं, प्रधानमंत्री घर पे भी होते हैं, सैनिटेशन तो होते होना ही चाहिए, ऐसा सोच सकते. But this thing is actually, there is a practice called the manual scavenging. That is definitely the fecal matter somebody has to go and clean. Clean and say they have to clear, carry and dump in the dispose somewhere else. So this is happening in the country during that time, even now. When I am talking now, after 40 years, still it is happening. So this practice when the women is doing, I felt that this somehow you can do anything. You can, whatever you can compromise. But women coming in front of us in the cities, every city, and going and taking the fecal matters and shit filling into the bucket and taking that, and most of us, we try to close our nose or we don't want to see that scene. But for her, it is a life and she has to do that. How, somewhere I got really shocked by seeing this. I felt that at least in my lifetime, if I stop once at least, one woman is doing more than enough for me. Then by not plan, by just as an accident, I went and I discussed and I thrown them and I cried and I made whatever effort and I stopped. So I was crying on the just floor in the close to the toilet pit so loudly so that they cannot do even at least that day. So I requested them like anything. I am so young, so they are very elderly, so they thrown me. So I went and I started coming repeatedly and disturbing them. Then they said that don't disturb us. I said that you are disturbing whole world, but unfortunately world is not having any kind of a sensitivity, so they are not looking. At least let us think about this. मैं कितने भी बोला वो नहीं सुना. Then I started crying. Then that women came back and said that this person is crying for our sake only. So why can't we listen to him? That is the hope first in my life I got. She only told me that ये हमारा लिए कुछ कर रहा है, उनका बात हम सुन सकते. So मैंने सोचा मेरा बात सुनने वाला भी ये दुनिया पे एटलीस्ट एक है. So वो मेरा बात सुने तो कुछ तो बदल हो जाएगा. यहाँ से शुरू हो गया. So I started searching how the women, where they are cleaning in the country. 40 years, even now, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Jammu Kashmir, and few parts of the Uttarakhand, West Bengal, and Chhattisgarh, ini rajyam pe. Today also there are the women clean the same position. And many places they left. They thrown their baskets. They fought against the system. Many people said, in your hometown you can do. But if you go to the Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, so they put that completely, they cover with that. You can't even talk to them. I also felt when I went to the North India first time, I don't even know a single word to speak in Hindi. But I felt and I went and I started what to talk. I went and I started crying. They got shocked. Why this fellow is coming and crying? They said that ये काम नहीं करना, ये बोलना मुझे नहीं आते हैं. So I started speaking something or other. They understood. The human beings, they understand their language. There is no language is required. I never studied any schools or colleges in anything. And I never studied any English medium or anything. I am now speaking English also. I am speaking Hindi also. ऐसे ही हैं, लोग ने सिखाया. उनसे सीख के उनसे अभी भी सीखना ये तरीका हो गया. But many people left, many women left. Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan. And there, once we had a meeting, and in the Jantar Mantar, and we were all coming. Then I found that many people came by the train, and from the railway station, all those bags and all, and they cover this and all like this. And एक हाथ बाहर रख के बंद करो Maila Prata, Band Karo. Then the women are walking. I was so happily to see that scene. Because when I said in my hometown in 1980s and all, people said that it is not possible. You can't talk about this. You just keep quiet. एंड कोई भी मुझे बताया उनका काम कर रहा है, अगर आप जाके ऐसे बोले तो वो मार डालेंगे. They will definitely slap you. So don't go to them. That is what everybody said. And we called in a strike one day. And at the gate after the office, I am alone is standing. I was waiting for one person will come. Then I felt that अभी 6:30 इतने जल्दी कोई नहीं, 7 o'clock आएगा, 8 o'clock आएगा, 9 o'clock आएगा. But people are coming, but they are going for their roll call. Nobody is standing with me. So I felt that what is this happening here? We are coming and doing something, and why they are not coming? But I felt that instead of nobody is saying that it is not correct, let me say at least it is not correct. Let me be strong and say, but my mind is saying that you can't stand so long alone and you need a people. And many people is coming and seeing me, watching, and started laughing. ये कैसे होते हैं? ये कैसे होते हैं? But when I saw in Jantar Mantar, this women, government not supported. They left us everything. They said that we will give you 1 lakh of the compensation and 50,000 of the loan. Not given even a single rupee. But the छोटा बच्चा लेके बैग रख के और एक हाथ उठा के वो बोलते हैं बंद करो. That is really a kind of a courage of the women of this country. They only actually making all of us to be live like a human beings. Otherwise, there is no point. The society where we are, it become like such a society. Here, people, everybody started claiming that I am a superior. The supremacy has become a lifestyle. Everybody thinks that how I am a greater than other person. And for that greatness, we started celebrating. And greatness became our identity. We are a supreme. That supremacy is and become so much. Machoism also, just side by side. And now, all these thousands of the years, everybody fought and brought all of us to this level. And again, we are making the same mistakes. And those mistakes, during that time to do, they felt bit shy. They felt that very shy to say that I am I have so much gold and to exhibit. I have so much power exhibit. And I am so, which immediate one caste I burn. So I am so proud to say during that time. But now, it became a new normal. क्या गलती है, गलती का सेलिब्रेट करना, इसका हमारा पहचान बनाना, हमारा का आदत हो गया. That pains me a lot. Something going wrong says something going wrong. So instead of that, the wrong has become like our lifestyle, and it is we are all celebrating for that. Racism, casteism, patriarchy, nothing we don't want to discuss. And you can't see this anywhere in your syllabus. No textbook is talking about these problems at all. We talk something in a great, big empire, क्या होगा? So मैं हमेशा बोलते हैं, वो समय वो राजा था, वो रानी था, ये कहानी अभी बोलना क्या जरूरत है? Great empires, how it has built? By exploiting the masses. But we want to tell that story only. How the masses has lost their life. How many people, they lost their life in the sewage and septic tank to just make all of us to sit properly here without any kind of smell or anything problem. What happened for those lives? Where their children are all on the streets today? Why they are all? 75 years of independence, what it has given for them. So those are the disturbing situations, questions, repeatedly coming. And almost like 189 days across the country, the women who lost their husbands And the children who lost the father and their brothers, they are coming and outside and they are saying, stop killing us. Not just one day, 189 days. Today is the 189th day. Not even a single person came and asked us why you are coming and asking this. This is what is the democracy we are celebrating. Here there is no space for any marginalized people, their voices and their pain. If that is the democracy, we must rethink about our democracy. And if that is our lifestyle, we must rethink about our lifestyle. And if we want to celebrate that, and there is no scope or the future for the humanity in this world. I hope that I stop here, and we no need to move like that. We have to look back. It is not somebody's. People say to me also, why you are still struggling? Still what? There is nothing still. We have to do बेहतर बनाना चाहिए तो बेहतर का limitation नहीं ना, ये बेहतर नहीं होते हैं. बेहतर का there is no limitation. We have to make more and more. How more we can make in a human society. Let us go in that direction. So let us see how we can explore all the possibilities with all our wisdom, energy, and the goodness, love, compassion can make the country, society, the world as a better living place. I can
Ideally, we should not speak anything after this. We should just listen to him and go back home. That's always what Wilson does when I listen to him. Wilson, I'll start with what you said at the end, that behtar banna chahiye. We have to make a better world. But I need to ask you a question on where do you get that energy? Because you are fighting a reality which was part of your home. It is not a reality that you see somewhere. It was a reality in your house, in your environment, and it is a reality that you've challenged. And you have brought thousands of people to join you in the challenge through your energy and, of course, through their energies, of course. But how do you get that spirit? Or how do you sustain that spirit and that hope that you can actually make a better world? Because for 40 years, you've been trying. But where do you get that belief, that hope?
Actually, I have no so much energy or the courage or anything as inbuilt or anything. But I am just very, and I don't have any actually courage even to go out in the darkness. I have a very scared about the darkness. And even now I live in office in Delhi, and that is the only I should not do that, but that as I have to keep the lights on to sleep also. I can't switch off the light and sleep. So scared about the thing. And I never spoke openly or never spoke loudly also. When I speak or my name, somebody asks also. At least 3 times I have to tell my name, otherwise you can't understand my name. You can't even recognize it. And if some relatives comes also, I never go and meet them at all. I will just go and I'm engaged in the family. I was there with my mother. Just around my mother, my life started. So my mother is a completely illiterate and never gone to the school or anything. But she struggled a lot to make my brother to study. She failed. She could not do that. Another brother, my sister, nothing happened. And some reason divorced, in the sense separated, not divorced. After 7 years or something, again they united, my father and mother. Then I got an opportunity like. Then she started taking me. And I can understand when to go to the school for the untouchables of this country, very difficult. School is not the happy place for us. I never enjoyed my school. And June, I never gone to the school at all. 1 month I will not go. July only my admission will be there in the school. And each day I went to the school up to my 6th standard. I never walked to the school. My mother used to take me and drop and wait there until I come out. And I felt that my mother, how many times she got failed, but why she is putting so much effort to each and every time. Actually, I got my examinations once I want to write. So I got the highest marks only because I want to see my mother, how her struggle really made. And she used to rear some cows and all. And she went to the collect the grass and all. And in the dry lands, the grass they have to not cutting, that they have to chisel and take out grass and all. And she comes every day and gives that. Then she calling me to come to just you have to scratch something. I am feeling very irritation. Kujli ho raha hai thoda hai. Bachcha hai, I never supported. Then she asked me, just give me a comb, something is there. So I, to give that also, I was in playing and I was not doing. So one day she said that, please help me, just come. And I went and I seen. And back of my mother, it is a completely, it is such a, I did what I did, I don't know. And due to the hot sun and all, it is a completely scratches, and blood is leaking like the whole this thing. But still she is going and every day and collecting this. And I asked why? For your sake and you have to study. And in our family, nobody studied. So there is no something you one day you did and you finished your job. ऐसा नहीं होते हैं. So that my mother's love, affection and way, which makes me always, I don't expect anything. My mother, when I become like a something that I can do, but always she said that you go. Why you are wasting your time here? You go and see somebody and do. You want to do your service. Go. You no need to help anything. And I never did anything for my mother. And whole my family, even very poverty. I say hi Abibi, but I never. But still they give so much love and so much. That gives me a courage always. And these women in Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, wahan, when I go, they give their rotis and everything, and they come, beta aavo, aisa pakadte hai. So I lost my mother long back and my father also after that. But the way they give that the hug and they give that, take me to their hand, I felt that I'm doing something very slow and I'm not doing enough and I have to do more. That they give me every time the message. They made me to be more and more to do. And without giving 1 rupee to them. Never challenged, never asked me, क्या बोलते हैं हमेशा आके, बट 1 पैसा भी नहीं देते हैं, वो बोल सकते ना, कोई भी नहीं बोलते हैं, ठीक है कुछ तो होगा, वो बदमाशी लोग वो नहीं देते, आप क्या करेंगे, आप आओ रोटी खाओ, 1 रोटी खाओ, ए बेटा 1 रोटी खाओ. Really what to do? So much of goodness, so much of the love and affection with the people. Although the whole society exploiting them to that extent, still they have a love to actually to exhibit and that gives me a more courage, sir.
I'm just going to ask you one more thing and let other people talk to you. You used that word in the beginning when you started about shouting. And the fact is that you have been shouting for 40 years. Not just you, but through Safai Karmachari Andolan through the group. But nobody is really listening to the shouting. They may pass laws, we know they have passed laws, but there is a general, like you said, closing your nose or even not even recognizing that this is happening. Not just manual scavenging, septic tanks. I come from a state where we have so many deaths on a regular basis. This apathy, it is apathy. It is almost like there is no value for life. So how do you think, and this I'm asking a question because a lot of people here come from privilege, come from different kinds of privilege. And I want to ask you, what can each individual, in their own capacity, do to make a change? Because I think that's something everybody struggles with. They may not have an organization, but what can they do? Because it is happening on our streets, it's happening near our homes. What can each person here do about it?
See, one thing is very clear when there is some problems and the struggles. If it is a women's struggle, all women will be there. If it is somebody's struggle, the teachers are fighting, the teachers only will be there. Like it is in a very systematically we have divided, and even our struggle, resistance, everything as in a structures.
Correct.
And it is become like a we will not even know that we will be part of the certain things, and our culture is that, and our eating habits are there. Everything is a very systematically divided, but we always think that it is all one. Again one. And we also claim that fraternity, वो बहुत बड़ा बड़ा शब्द है, हम यहाँ तक नहीं पहुँचना, ये गलत है. Say then again वसुधाइका कुटुंब, it's a really world. See, in our own village we can't make our untouchable to stay with us in our own village, and we can't allow an untouchables to come into that. And Balmiki women cannot go and wash even the utensils and the anything. And we ask the caste name and ask then you give the work, आप साफ करके चलो जाओ. We are saying, and we talk about the Vasudhaika. See, we have a living with the dichotomy because we are unable to fulfill certain things and we have no courage to say that. So let us speak truth. I am requesting the Indian society at least must have a courage to speak truth. Don't worry. You speak truth. I am like this. I can't be sit with another person. I born into this caste. I want to be like this. After some time, you will realize what you are talking is wrong. Being like that, and you talk about a मैं विश्व गुरु होना चाहिए, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, whole world is my community. So this is all only for the preaching. It is good. But the practicing, it is not at all good. And we should not cheat ourselves. We are all actually making ourselves fool. So we must have a courage to say that I am like this. So the male also must understand. Still I have some qualities about this male chauvinism. So I try. Yes, we have to try. Male cannot change within a one day. Male cannot change within attending some workshop or conference of the gender sensitization. Male will be male. So male must always, whole lifetime must struggle. Correct. So wo struggle chhod ke and attending and putting attendance and putting that I attended 3 conference seminar and ऐसा करे तो थोड़ा मुश्किल है. Likewise the caste also. We must, when we want to understand about the untouchability. So who will have the conference on untouchability? The scheduled caste people will have the conference on untouchability. Untouchables will talk about the untouchable. And who practicing untouchability will never go, even they will not touch even that conference where it is. So कैसे? So मतलब मैं हमेशा मेरा simple tense में बोलते हैं, बीमारी एक है, दवा दूसरा कार्य है. So you have the disease, you must consume the tablets to cure yourself. Absolutely. You are asking the other person to you take the tablet. Then how you will get definitely it is impossible. So the caste also, it is a very cruel. We must understand that. Where it has come. Why you think like that? Suddenly you feel that we, our people. What is your we? What is we? हम लोग अलग अलग हम है. इधर ये देश पे एक हम नहीं है. ये देश पे हम मतलब अलग अलग हम है. एक एक जाति का हम एक होते हैं, एक एक भाषा का हम, एक एक संस्कृति, एक एक धर्म का हम होते हैं. ये तोड़ना पड़ता है. We have to break these walls between this हम. Somebody asked me, I don't know. They told me what you know first. Why these untouchables only do this? Why only we are cleaning the shit? Why can't we demand all the Brahmins must do that? कितने गंदा है. It's a completely wrong. If I don't want to do this, and other person, he is also human being, yeah, whatever caste they belong. If you can't understand, you are also part of the caste. Born as an untouchable community or the family, I must understand that if I ask another person to do that, is also part of the caste. I can't be so insensible. I must say that no human being in this world should do this, because I experience the cruelty of that. I experience the indignity because my people are doing that. It's how the people say that ये बंगी का बेटा है, ये तोटी है, साउथ इंडिया पे तोटी कहते हैं. एक बार तोटी बोले तो कितने गुस्सा आते हैं, but you can't do anything. And you will understand that you are not, but with whom you will fight. So that is a major problem. If I know my enemy, I can just go and do something and close the matter. Here, enemy is everywhere. In the caste and the patriarchy, the enemy is everywhere. Enemy is there living with you. So what you will do? This we have to understand and we have to sensibly deal. We cannot allow this problem to continue forever. This is enough. So many years, 75 years independence. Now we have to just sit and everywhere, wherever we live, all the people, civil society, or the like-minded people, or any human being, you must understand, being a male, how I am actually behaving, how it is disturbing others, and why the rapes on the 4-5 years or 8-9 years girls are happening. ये हम लोग नहीं बात करेंगे, ये हमारा का शर्म नहीं करते हैं. That will not disturb us. The child, just 4, 5, 6, 7 years old child, and another person is doing something that, how can we say that this is even how can you name this as a rape or anything? So where we are living, what we are doing, how we become like this? So the male must understand this. Likewise, the other problems also, we have to go through we must have that courage. We must sit and discuss yourself. Don't discuss others first. You discuss with yourself what you are doing wrong. You can't understand. That much knowledge you don't have. Then why you are all these colleges, schools, all this nonsense? So we must actually, your own agency, you cannot destroy like this. That is the introspection we have to, everyone we have to take. And I hope, I'm not in a disturbed mood, please understand. I have tremendous hope. I have no any caste lines, any barriers, no gender, कुछ नहीं है, मेरा सब एक ही है. सोचते हैं, वो कोशिश करते हैं ऐसे ही जीने की. It is not one day, ना, कोशिश करना पड़ता है. And I still must learn many things. This is an operation, surgery. Please get ready. And happily you sleep, you lay down on the operation table. Cooperate as much you can. Come out of this. Although the operation happens surgery happens very pleasantly. Don't resist. Put yourself into that operation table.
If anybody has anything to ask, just one thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to say. Okay, I just wanted to say, Mr. Krishna, I think you should start with yourself by not calling it apathy, but structural violence, because our communities don't go through this because somebody is ignoring it or pretending like this doesn't exist. It's happening because of very deliberate violence on a daily basis to our parents and our children. So I think even in that, you should start with just that much.
No, I completely agree with you. I think that it is structural violence. I think there's no doubt about it. And we are part of the structure that is enabling the violence. There's no doubt. The word apathy was used just in context of the conversation, but I completely agree with your point. Yeah. Anybody has anything to say? Question?
Wilson sir.
It's not on. 1 second.
Hello.
Yeah.
So you mentioned about how you were affected by the women doing this work. I may be ignorant about this thing, but men also involved in manual scavenging, and by how much, and why was it that you were moved by the women doing this work?
See, actually, I like the primary school teacher made me to write A, B, C, D, only that. That when that is like a school teacher. The when I encountered with this practice, the women were there. So I got shock of seeing them, and that image still got stuck with my mind. I am unable to take that out. It is still there. And another thing also, majority women only in the individual dry latrine cleaning across the country. And just one roti and 40 to 50 rupees per month from one house, even now. I'm not talking with those time. During that time, it is an 8 rupees, 10 rupees is a maximum amount when we started. But now it is a 40 rupees or maximum 50 rupees in one house. In that kind of we do without knowing, like Indian railways, that also I am bringing, where the scavenger will get at least a 20, 25,000, 30,000 salary. You see that there are the male are there. In my own community, male are there. Where there is a one roti and the 40, 50 rupees, only women are there. And how it happened, I too don't know. It is a, later we are understanding it is a patriarchy. The system, it is so effective. It works every corner of the country. And the women who never gone to the school, nothing. That women also is following the same system what we have made. We are so cunning. We are so cunning. Without even coming anywhere in the picture, we can make the things to happen as usual. As usual, as usual. And to stop that, it is very difficult. So there I found more women in every corner of the country, including here also, Karnataka, Andhra, Tamil Nadu also, the individual houses. So when they are very less price, less paisa का लिए काम करते हैं, वो देख के थोड़ा मन थोड़ा खराब हो जाते हैं, बहुत disturb हो जाते हैं, why this is. But I don't have any problem. Like now the sewage and septic tank deaths, all the men only dying. So even that, why only we are talking? Why others are not talking? Huh? Why only we Safai Karmachari Andolan only talking? So that is okay. That is a women, and I have seen, and I got. See, that is what I want to say. Once we get a kind of it is like a ABCD मैंने सीख लिया. So उन्हें बताया A for apple only. But now I know A for many things. Na? It is, I have not stopped A for apple. Likewise, we have seen that women and that kind of a sensitivity, thoda to mila. Just we got a very little. With that, when that lens, if you look the world, you will see many things going very wrong. Otherwise, you will not see at all. You don't feel anything going wrong. You feel everything is like when we went to the last time when I came to the Mumbai, I asked some taxi driver, कैसे है अभी? अभी सब बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है. क्या अच्छा चल रहा है? देखो कितने बड़ा बड़ा फ्लाईओवर चल रहा है. फ्लाईओवर का इतन का उनका क्या संबंध है या मुझे पता नहीं. देन मैंने बोला और क्या अच्छा चल रहा है बताओ. वो 3 बताओ बोला मैं. पार्क कितने अच्छा सुंदर बना रहे हैं. मैंने बोला कितने घंटा का. मैं सुबह 6 बजे का रात 10 बजे के घर जाते. ये का पार्क का कब जाएंगे यार बेचारा. सब उनका क्या पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है. बट दे ऑल्सो फील हैप्पी फॉर दैट वी मेड दैट पोर ऑल्सो टू एंजॉय व्हाट वी आर एंजॉयिंग. फॉर दैट दे हैव टू एंजॉय. वी मेड देम सो सच ए कन्फाइंड ना. वी मेड देम लाइक ए रोबोस. व्हाट वी फील दैट इज अ गुड, then everybody will say that this is a good. They don't have their own this thing. That likewise, we also become like a numb to the many things, as Krishna has written in Indian Express. We are numb to the many things that we have to open. So I am not very particular about the women का ये करना ऐसा नहीं है, but women का स्थिति बहुत बर्बाद है. When you look that, you have to. इतने छोटा प्रश्न का मैं इतने लंबा बोलने के बाद भी आप प्रश्न कैसे पूछ सकते हैं?
Sir, I mean, first of all, really, I mean, I've just heard you talk, but so much love and respect for you. Just one thing that in the 40 years of this experience जो आपका रहा है, I wanted to ask you is जैसे आपने बोला कि एक कोई दवाई है जो आपको लगता है जो काम कर रहा है, जो ऐसा लगे कि इसको हम एम्पलीफाई कर सकते हैं अभी। मैं सोल्यूशन के बारे में आपसे पूछना चाह रहा था कि आपको लगा कि कोई स्टेट हो या कोई गांव हो जहाँ पे ये सॉल्व हुआ हो, छोटे से 2%, 5%, और उसी चीज़ को शहर के लोग भी समझ के, अंडरस्टैंड करके किस तरह उसको एम्पलीफाई कर सकते हैं, ये मैं आपसे जानना चाहता था।
अच्छा सवाल है, बट ये क्या है, ये एक जगह होगा ऐसे ही दूसरा जगह नहीं है, अलग अलग है। हम अलग अलग तरीका से इसका एड्रेस भी करना पड़ते हैं। एक जगह लाइक एग्जांपल एज ऑन टुडे द वीमेन हु आर इन द जॉब और द इन दिस काइंड ऑफ इन ए प्रैक्टिस, दे आर द मोस्ट वल्नरेबल। किसका घर पे एटलीस्ट एक रोटी है, दे लेफ्ट। किसका घर पे एक रोटी भी है नहीं, दे आर ओनली, it become like a very difficult, this last chunk to come out of. It is an impossible for them and impossible for. So this is a new model. But where when we did in the Kolar goldfields in the 1980s and all, that the central government, they immediately converted the toilets and given the rehabilitation, and somebody want to become a permanent employees in other work, they have taken, because they had 6,000, 8,000 employees. So they are the only 108 people. So it is easy वहाँ. So वो मॉडल दूसरा जगह का थोड़ा मुश्किल है. So अलग अलग मॉडल अलग अलग जगह हम अडाप्ट करना पड़ते हैं. And the same thing is, it is not a very difficult problem. Toilets are there, toilets are getting converted. So once the toilet get converted, then for that the toilet owner also will get some money from the government. That has to reach to them. Then the women who is cleaning, for her there is a scheme. 40,000 one-time cash assistance सरकार ने देना. Then 1 lakh to 25 lakhs तक she can take the loan. 5 lakhs तक subsidy है. This is what is the scheme says. But nowhere it goes. Nowhere it implements. So actually the implementation is another big problem. And second is even the collectors and all these people, DM, DC and all, they don't think this is a big problem for them. And another this thing is when we are talking about the sewage and septic tank, this is almost we lost the 2,000 and odd people in this country in the sewage and septic tank. But we don't talk about that. So any 20, 30 people also somewhere it is in their important places, then everybody will feel that this is immediately we have to take action. But when the 2,000 people, we don't even talk about that. And we just left and people are dying. Day before yesterday in Karur again. And iska pahle in Maharashtra. We are counting just like this. So this became like a very continuous. Problem is they are thinking when we say that stop killing us, or kindly prevent these deaths in the sewage and septic tank, they are thinking the problem of us we are talking. But the problem is where? Problem is in the sewage. Problem is in the septic tanks. Septic tank and sewage for whom? That is for the 130 crore people ka hai. It is a problem of the 130 crore people. But the people who are all, they don't talk about that. Because we are in the last chunk where we are getting and we are losing the life. We only talking about that. So they look and they have to understand the problem which we are raising is the 130 crore people problem. So if the 130 crore people nahi hai, at least 13 लाख लोग एक जगह आके ये थोड़ा बंद करना बोले तो एक दिन के अंदर बंद हो जाएगा ना. वो नहीं होते ना, हम लोग साइलेंट है, कोई मर रहा है छोड़ो. सो इसका ऑर्गेनाइज करना क्या जरूरत है. लाइक ए निर्भया व्हेन इट हैपेंड इन दिल्ली, nobody organized. Everybody just reached. Where to reach, they don't know. So which is, where is the large, ये खाली जगह है, इंडिया गेट है, इंडिया गेट सब आ गया. इसका तो कोई इतने ऑर्गेनाइज करना जरूरी नहीं. बिकॉज वी बिहेव, एटलीस्ट there are the some instances where we behave 20% like a human beings. So we have to try more percentage of the human beings to behave or the respond for the social issues.
Maybe take one more question, last one. before we finish.
9:30 हो गए.
I hope
okay.
I hope my question isn't too disruptive, but I was just wondering if there's any piece of art that sort of touches your heart and gives you hope or solace or any type of feeling that you feel alive in.
So irrespective of the caste, the people are there with the Safai Karmachari Andolan.
He said any type of art.
Art.
He wants to know, is there any art that has touched him and right has moved you? That's his question.
Art.
Music, painting, dance, anything.
I like everything. I can't say any one, but the only thing is ये something very creative art होते हैं. India Habitat Center पे they will put many things. वहाँ में जाके देखते हैं. Everybody will come and watch that. Whoa. But after half an hour also I can't understand anything. It is just like a lines for me. So मेरा थोड़ा कमज़ोर है ये आर्ट एंड इस विषय पे, बट सब चीज़ में देखते हैं. बट इवन नाउ आई एम स्ट्रगलिंग टू गो टू द रेगुलरली टू द इंडिया हैबिटेट सेंटर. देयर इन द गैलरी they display all those things, and somebody came and said that don't say this is not good. And I said that no, I have not seen. अभी देखता हूँ. वो बोला ये मोहम्मद हुसैन साहब का है, इसका गलत नहीं बोलो. मैं बोला आप बोले तो मैं नहीं बोलूँगा. ऐसा होता है. But I am moved, and we have a cultural group now. We recently started, and that group had 5 days just the discussion, and they made stop killing us in small this thing. Then when they exhibited some others people, they did in Hindi, but the others from the other languages were also there. Then कितने लोग वहाँ था, सब लोग everybody cried. When they started, they were not in a very theater persons or anything. Just 5 days they had discussions, and then finally they came and did. Then I went and I told them, when I go and speak, only 20-30% only will cry. But when you are exhibiting, everybody is crying, including me. So that is the strength of the art and the culture and the theater. And we need that kind of a support actually to make. And the people, you have to come here with a kind of a very invitation to listen to this kind of a thing. But with the music, culture, art and all, the people automatically gathers in the everywhere. And if that kind of a support comes, and we can actually reach to the people with the same message, much more powerful than the speeches. There is no doubt on that.
I think we'll conclude here. I just want to say I met Wilson for the first time in Bangkok airport, I think. We didn't know each other before we met that day. And he's probably one of the most beautiful human beings that I've ever known. And I'm truly, truly, it is an honor to call you a friend. And I just thank you for everything that you do, and for also all the hope that you have, and the welcomeness that you have in inviting everybody to participate in something that we all should have already been doing before 75 years. But thank you very much, Wilson. Thank you.
Thank you so much.